Right guys, so if you're starting on Etsy and you just want to know exactly how much it's going to cost you to open up your business, then in this video, I'm going to break down every single fee for you. Right from how much it's going to cost to actually open up your shop, to every single run-in and transaction fee that Etsy is going to be charging you. And I'm going to give you real life examples as well, so it should be pretty straightforward and simple to understand. So after selling on Etsy myself for over 3 years and making some pretty decent revenues, I promise you, I've definitely paid my fair share of Etsy fees, and they've changed a lot over the years. So this video is going to be the most up-to-date breakdown of all the fees that you're going to be charged. So I want to start firstly with how much it's going to cost to actually open up your shop, because this is new in 2024, and Etsy is going to charge you a one-time setup fee now of $15 or whatever the converted equivalent is for your country. So as I say, this is a one-time fee introduced by Etsy, new to 2024, and it's what they say is basically just to get some extra money in to help them improve their services and to basically keep dropshippers and bots away from their site and just keep the platform as free from scammers as it possibly can, which I do agree with, because I think Etsy definitely needs this. So yeah, that's your cost to actually open up your shop. But then of course, once you have a shop open, obviously we need products to sell on the shop, and Etsy charges you a set fee for every single product that you put into your shop. So this is called a listing fee. So think of this, if you're opening like a normal brick and mortar store, like you're putting something on the shelf to sell. So for every item that you list on Etsy, Etsy charges you a flat fee of 20 cents. And on top of this, every time that item sells, you then need to pay another 20 cents to actually relist the item for sale again. So yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. 20 cents every time you list an item for sale, and also another 20 cents every time that item sells. So that's your listing fee. And of course, on top of this, when you sell an item, you also have a transaction fee. So this transaction fee is going to be 6.5% of the total order value, okay? So this is 6.5% of the product cost plus whatever you've charged the customer to ship the product to them. And then continuing on, again, once we've sold an item, on top of that transaction fee, you're also gonna get what's known as a regulatory operating fee. However, if you're in the US, you're very lucky because this isn't gonna apply to you. This regulatory operating fee only applies to certain countries, and I'm gonna flash up exactly what these countries are now and exactly how much the current regulatory operating fees are. But essentially, from what I can see, they range from 0.29% in India all the way up to 2.27% in Turkey, which to be honest, I think is a little bit aggressive, but yeah, I guess that's the price we pay for being able to get our products straight in front of a warm audience and actually sell to an audience of people that's actually looking to buy things. So just as a quick recap, for whenever a product sells, of course, we've got our listing fee because the product needs to be relisted. And on top of that, we've then got our transaction fee, which is 6.5% of the total order cost. And then if you're in specific countries, you've also got this regulatory operating fee. And it doesn't stop there, okay? There's one more fee to add every time you make an order, and this is the payment processing fee. So again, this is gonna change depending on what country you're actually selling from. I can tell you in the US, this is gonna be 3% of the order total plus 25 cents on top of that 3%. And if you're in the UK, this is gonna be 4% of the order total. So UK's getting screwed a little bit harder than the US here, and an additional 20 pence on top of that 4%. And if you wanna see a full breakdown of all of the payment processing fees and how they differ by country, then I'll just bang a link in the video description for you guys, so you can literally check it all out in your own time to detail as much as you wish. And so with all of these fees added together and just taking out the shop setup fee from the equation for a minute, we're just talking about how much it's costing now to sell your products on Etsy. What does this all equate to? Well, from my workings, and again, this does depend massively on what country you're selling from, and also this excludes any sort of advertising at all, you're looking at around about 12 to 15% total of what the order value is going to be that you're actually going to lose to fees to Etsy. So this is something that you really need to bear in mind with whatever product it is you're trying to sell. I said, well, I'm such a big advocate of always working out your profit margins and trying to sell products that have the highest possible profit margin right from the beginning, because it makes your whole journey just so much easier on Etsy. And I guess one last thing to touch on is it actually worth it? My experience from selling on Etsy for 3 years, is it worth it having to pay all of these fees? And I'm just gonna tell you straight up my answer. Obviously I run an Etsy channel and have a fairly successful Etsy businesses. So yeah, I'm gonna say 100%, I think this is totally worth it. Could they be a little bit lower? Yeah, they certainly could. Do I think they're on the higher end? Yeah, I think the fees are kind of aggressive. However, you've got to think, guys, you're paying these fees to get your products in front of customers that are literally going on Etsy, a worldwide trusted platform, right? And you're paying these fees to get your products in front of those motivated buyers with such simplicity. In my mind, it's just totally worth it. So you think, if you had to go out on your own and start your own business, and you started a website, for example, you're not gonna get loads of traffic coming to that website just organically straight away. You're gonna have to most likely do some paid advertising. And as we all know, paid advertising is very expensive. Facebook, Instagram, all of these platforms to advertise on, it's extremely expensive. Etsy, you can set up an Etsy shop in under a day, a few hours in fact. Depending on what you're selling, you can get listings done pretty quickly, very simply, right? And if you do things correctly, like I'm trying to teach to you guys on this channel, you can have success very early on. And it's something I've seen, and I've just seen Etsy change so many lives, not just mine, people I've worked with in the past before as well. It's a platform which, I just think it's totally worth it. And if it's something you're thinking about and you're teetering on the edge, I'd say just from one entrepreneur to another, just go for it. Just make a start. You'll learn so much along the way. And if you wanted any sort of helping hand at all, as you probably know if you watch any of my other videos, one thing I absolutely love to do is work directly with you guys, my audience, one-to-one, private coaching, helping you through every step of your Etsy journey, right from setting the shop up, to perfecting your shop, improving conversion rates, advertising both internally on Etsy and externally, building up your socials funnels, and also offering daily WhatsApp support if you have any questions at all. So if that's something that you think is going to interest you, feel free to book in a free call. There's links in the video description, a quick 15-minute call. Let's have a chat, see if we're a good fit to work together. And I think whatever happens, I just totally implore you to just start your business, make a start. You'll learn so much. And I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.